All right, check 1 2, check 1 2. Who can hear me? Anybody hear me? Anybody hear me preaching today? We still got no sound? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Loud and clear now. Thank you, Raj. All right. Take 2, as they say in Hollywood. Well, those of you who are still hanging, man, thank you. Let's get rocking and rolling. All right. So here's the deal. Here's what you missed. The uncomfortable beginning, the uncomfortable truth, which is many of us are off our soul timeline right now. Me too. Thank you. Okay, we're loud and clear now. Let me take that down. That's how I know that this is happening. We're going to talk all about course correction today, signs that we are off our soul's timeline, and what we can do about it. We're going to break this down in the Akashic Records. So for those of you who are joining me, please say hello in the comments. I'm Emily Harrison. I'm the founder director here inside the Akashic Academy. I work with visionaries, thought leaders, and difference makers, training y'all how to exit the world of ordinary mind, where we get trapped in loops. I have been looping this week. Anybody else been looping this week? And when we're trapped in the space of our loops, we lose access to our ability to shift, to change, right? When we go up into higher mind, that's when we get instantaneous wisdom, guidance, and clarity from our soul perspective that is designed to guide us, that is designed to keep us on course, on track with our highest potential. And I am all about that. I've been about that since I came into this planet. So I was born into small town Missouri, for those of y'all who don't know me. And when I was 19, I pulled the plug on life in Missouri. I was going to Mizzou. I went to Hollywood, where I became a Hollywood actress. And even after experiencing success in Hollywood, my soul felt like there was more. The truth is, I was depressed and I had challenges in my marriage that I didn't know how to deal with. And I was pulled between this big career that I had given, sacrificed everything for, and put all of my time and energy, all my eggs into one basket for, and had become a mother. And man, can anybody else relate to feeling like, oh man? So that's what really led me into study in metaphysics. I found relief when I was meditating, doing Tai Chi, yoga, Qigong. And then in 2015, y'all, I found the Akashic Records. If you are new to the Akashic Records are the realm of consciousness that hold all information, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. All right, Akash is a Sanskrit word that means ether. Ether is primordial energy. And we hear about this realm of consciousness throughout a lot of different lineages and traditions from the Bible. In the Bible, it's known as the Book of Life. I grew up immersed in the Southern Baptist Church. So those of you all who came from a more religious background, I hear you. Anybody out there come from a more religious background? We also find evidence of the Akash throughout many, many different lineages, including the Native American tradition. They talk about a specific sound, the sound of the spheres. Okay, and my guide shared this with me. Anybody ever hear the sound of silence, perhaps when you are going to bed at night, and it doesn't actually sound silent, it's more of a ringing and echoing in your ears? This is a direct connection into the Akashic Record. So I encourage everybody, tune into that 5, 10, 15 seconds, whatever you can hold at night. It will begin to attune you to this field. But that's an access point that we have to infinite intelligence. Scientists trace that sound back to echoes of the Big Bang. All right. So y'all, when I learned that I could read the Akashic Records, I also simultaneously learned it's not that hard. Every single human on the planet can learn how to read their own Akashic Records. And when I started reading my records, my life started making sense. I activated my ability to self-heal. I activated my ability to understand my life mission. I had a timeline shift. Obviously, I'm doing this now. All right. And it became my mission, my passion to inspire you to remember that you are naturally wired to tap into this field. All right. So the reason that I love tapping into this field is because it allows me to see from a higher perspective beyond human Emily's perspective. We're just like you, because we're all humans. We're all subject to the same game. We're playing the same game. We've got the same distortions, the same stress, right? We've got the same opportunity to choose sovereignty in every single moment and unplug from feeling like we are subject to life happening to us. And we can take ownership of radical conscious creation, co-creation of the life that we want to experience. That's another unique part of my, well, it's not, I shouldn't say it's a unique part of my blueprint. Truly, we all have this ability. That's what we're here for, is to consciously co-create the life of our dreams. I just happened to come into this planet like fully wired to play that game myself and invite y'all into that game with me. And the Akashic Records have been the most profound tool of self-mastery that allow me to understand what patterns are operating. So when I say what patterns are operating, my thoughts, my emotions, that creates a behavior. This creates a feedback loop with the universe, with reality, okay, that allows me to project my own reality into the matrix. Yes, peaceful penguin. Thank you. We do not want to give up our God-given right to choose freedom, and to tap into the dream. And so for those of you who are playing at a high level, I'd love to share with you, we're going to dive into some training that I have for you today. And then, of course, I love the part of the show where I get to channel for each one of you. So again, light up my chat box with questions where you're feeling stuck. And yes, please hit that like button if you appreciate the content. All right, so I'm going to pull up some notes that I have here that I want to share with you. Starting with, let's talk about what course correction actually is. And I invite you to listen with your heart. Allow your Akashic Records, which when you come into this space, y'all, the records are now open. You are in the divine flow and energy, the frequency of your own Akash, your own innate, your highest level wisdom. So take a deep breath. Okay. And as I share with you, just allow this to wash over you and notice any ideas, any thoughts, any memories, any pings that come up in your field. Okay. And just before we begin, I'm dropping in and clearing my own channel and setting the intention to be the clearest, most impactful version of my own self and channel for you all today, to bring forward wisdom and guidance that feels meaningful for each one of you and just serve you at the highest level of my ability and capacity. And thank you. Aho. I love my job. All right, let's go. All right, so listening with your higher ears, y'all. Here's what course correction actually is. Course correction is the moment when we realize our soul is inviting us into a higher timeline, not because we failed, but because our awareness is expanded. All right, so think about a timeline where there's an invitation for you to expand your awareness. All right, and start working with that energy right now. I want you to know the awakened path, it's not about perfection, it's about refinement. And that's why we're talking about this today. Here are signs that you need a course correction. Listen with your heart. See if this is you. All right, if something feels energetically off to you, even though it looks good on paper, this is very well a nudge from your soul to pay closer attention to your feelings. Okay, to your feelings. If resistance keeps appearing in strange ways, take a step back, take a breath. It's a sign of a course correction. Small movement, big impact. Okay, if your intuition keeps nudging you a different direction. Ooh, this is a good one. Ooh, this one was totally me. If you realize that your ego was driving a decision, it means time to course correct. If your nervous system feels contracted instead of expanded, listen to the nervous system. Y'all, the nervous system is a huge area of focus and healing for myself right now so that I can hold a higher bandwidth, a higher frequency. I encourage you to do that. If you receive an insight that changes the whole picture for you, these are signs from your soul. I do not want you to ignore these, okay? Anybody feeling any of those signs? Let me know, and I'm definitely going to hold space for you, okay? Janet Harrison in the house. Y'all say hi to mama. All right, here's what the Akashic Records have shared with me that happens when we don't course correct. We stay in timelines that drain our energy. Y'all, we need our energy to create. Right now, there is a call, there is an invitation to create the new earth, to create new paradigms, for you to create your dream timeline. It all starts with how you begin to think about yourself and what is possible. We are no longer playing in the same game that we were playing in before. There is so much light, so much support here on our planet, so much invitation to dive in, all right? To play big. That is what we are called here to do right now. Woo! I'm feeling it. My whole body's buzzing. All right, let me just take a deep breath and ground back in. All right, we need all of our energy. I have also been noticing over the past several months where I'm truly getting energy and what's draining my energy. I'll encourage y'all, look at your relationships. This is what the guides are saying right now. And notice in your relationships, take inventory on whether or not you are gaining energy or whether you are feeling an energy drain from the people that you're hanging out with in your life. Okay, we are a combination of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So you want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who have high vibes, who are going to hold the frequency for you. All right, this is what happens when you don't course correct. I have definitely experienced this before. Let me know if you have too. The universe will start sending signs louder and louder until that shit smacks you upside the head in a way that you wish you would have just listened before. Anybody out there ever have that happen? This is your opportunity to voluntarily and early make course corrections. This is what masters do. All right. So I'm glad you're all here. All right. Here's another thing that happens when we don't course correct fast enough. Our shadow starts running the show. I noticed that very specifically recently as I'm still continuing to process what responsibility I can take in my own marriage. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Kevin. And what my responsibility in that was, I see it so clearly now. My shadow started running the show. Our shadow aspects are the parts of ourselves that we disown. Y'all want to know what I disowned? I disowned the part of me that felt disappointed. Why? Because I felt disappointed so often in my chosen career in Hollywood. I got a lot of cool jobs. Had a lot of fun success in Hollywood. Actually, truly, that's one of the reasons that I felt so stuck is that while I felt challenges and contradictions, right, I also really got so much validation out of that career. I had built so much of my identity on it. And when it was going well, I loved it. It was definitely hard for me to open up and lean into a shift and change there until it wasn't. And that's one of the reasons that I know the Akashic Records are so powerful, is that it really, like when I tapped into that frequency, it lit me up to my core. I feel like I was going to say something else about, yes, the disappointment. I was going to say something else about this. Yes. Is the whole point of the story, actually. The shadow. Okay, so the shadow from that is all the times that I didn't get the job. I swallowed that disappointment. I didn't want others like my mama here who supported me so much, my dad, my family back home, my friends from acting school, everybody supported me so much. They wanted me to win too. And the times that I didn't, ooh, and I'm getting like my whole tingle through my third eye and my ears back here. Okay. The invitation to normalize failure. And I know some of y'all think there's never failure. I agree. I love the perspective as well. Failure is feedback. It is feedback. I do also recognize how we set, as humans, especially y'all type A is out there like me, we set really high bars for ourselves. And when we don't meet those, when I don't meet that bar, I feel like I failed. I have learned to champion that energy, to alchemize that energy, and through the fact that it takes its toll, right? So the invitation to normalize failure, that's something that I got from my dear friend Arcturus Ra, and it's really helped me to try it on. And being like, yep. Also, times when I've come into the sacred office and space of my mentors who hold me when I'm growing and stretching, not just in moments of victory, but when I'm growing and stretching, and I'm in breakdown and I come in, they say, congratulations, Emily, this is what your success looks like. All right, so remember the contrast, the challenge always plays a really important role for us. All right. So basically, all of that disappointment from Hollywood and everything else, by the way, I just started to swallow. That shit gets stored in your cellular memory and it begins to vibrate out of you when you don't even want it to. Actually, let me take more ownership of that. What happened to me was I swallowed it all. It started to vibrate out of me, and when I didn't even want it to, like I'm trying to be, nice, present with my kids, and something triggers, overreacts. Pooh, all the stuff that I had stuffed, the disappointment starts overflowing to clean up on aisle 4. The Akashic Records helped me figure myself out. And furthermore, there are healing protocols that come to us in the space of the Akashic Records that have not only healed me of things that I feel like I've taken on in this lifetime, like I said, the radical disappointment of Hollywood, things that have been carried over from past lives. People pleasing is often one, and that definitely got tied into my Hollywood journey in this lifetime. But anybody out there who feels like you got ancestral stuff coming in, the records can definitely help with that too. I'll tell you more about that later. Okay. All right. So let me get back to my notes here. And just a reminder, we are going to do live question and answer today. So if you have specific questions on where you would like me to channel insight, guidance, wisdom, or clarity from your Akashic Records, please leave me a question in the comments. One more thing that I want to note, actually two more things that I want to note that happens if we don't course correct. Opportunities that would have opened on the right path, they close. I also discovered this the hard way. Okay. I discovered that it's actually the easiest for the universe to show up and meet me and serve me, meet me in my needs and desires when I am following the timeline of my own highest joy, because that's the highest frequency timeline. And those are the easiest frequencies to adjust. All right. Those high frequency timelines. Also, what happens is we become rigid instead of evolving. Y'all don't want to become rigid right now. We are in a very important time of evolution here on the planet, where we are, where the shift, the bipolarification, the distinct contrast is getting more and more. Okay. All right. Let's talk about now where y'all want to course correct. Let me just make sure I went through all my notes. What happens when we don't course correct? I think we got them all. Maybe. Let me just check. All right. I am so excited to know what is landing for y'all and ready to shift and lean into where you all would love to invite invitation in your life. Oh, Nancy says so much healing. Working with Emily in the Akashic Records Life Community. Yes, Ms. Nancy, one of my early students. You see now Nancy's magical journey. So many of my early students stepping into gifts, skills, their own passion right now. Actually, what a great time just to share with y'all. We are starting a new masterclass of training in the Akashic Records. Here's why it's life-changing. One, it's going to make it easy and repeatable for you to get into the Akashic Records and start trusting the process. Everybody question it in the very beginning. Am I doing this right? You're going to get the opportunity. Yeah, Raj, Q&A time. Light it up. You're going to get the opportunity to practice it and know that it's working for you. And then you dive into reading your own records, which is like understanding how you are currently programmed. Another way to say it, it's like doing a life review after you die when everything starts making sense right now in your life. Furthermore, after things start making sense in your life, that's where the energy drain stops. Okay, you start healing, you start shifting. And when you plug up those places where you are losing your access to your divine power, you start turning on like crazy your gifts, your skills, your magic, synchronicity. You vibrate higher. Y'all, this is powerful intelligence. All right. So I just want to share with you, check this out. How to resolve trauma that gets carried within our DNA. We need to understand that, first of all, the DNA has the capacity to store information that may or may not be great for us, but we can go in and shift that. There are certain aspects of how we can call in awareness, how we can call in light, how we can call in energy that will turn off old mechanics of the DNA that are no longer working for us, and we can turn on other aspects of our DNA. Yeah, all right, get fired up about it. Miss Nancy knows why, because it's super life-changing. All right, my dear friend Raj. Okay, here goes. Am I meant to continue to travel the world as I have been doing for 2 years? And how do I tune in to what I really want to do? Yes. All right. So anybody else feel like you are at a crossroads? I want to share with you, I'm going to tap in and channel from the Akashic Records for Raj here. Although if you feel a ping and a livening within your being as if this information is for you too, I want you to receive it as if it is yours. All right. And for those of you who are interested in learning more about this masterclass, there is a link in the description for you where you can book an initiation call with me and see if that would be, if you were a right fit for this, if we were a right fit for you, you know, all that stuff. Because this is, it is definitely an accelerated training. All right. So just say you be ready to buckle in and no longer be a victim to anything that you're experiencing in your life. Okay. All right. So Raj, tapping in. And the guys are saying the freedom of choice right now is a hugely important part of human evolution forward, and us realizing that we have that in every single moment. And asking ourselves, what would bring us the most joy is the new navigational system that we're being invited to move to. All right. So the old navigational system for a lot of people, the guys want to talk about what that looks like, what is the right thing to do? What am I meant to do? It's binary, it's polar. Okay. Actually, the guys are saying clarify that, because, you know, what am I meant to do could be a lot of different things. Here's where they want to create, where they want to shed a little bit more light to create nuance around why it's binary, why it's polar, is because when the ask is to the outer world or outside or what the right decision is. We want to bring it back inward. Yeah, because Raj says, well, what you want isn't always what you need. You can combine needs and wants. Yep. I got something else for you, though, guys. I got something else. Let's see what else. And all of it feels good. All of it feels good. Nancy says, I crossed the road too. A new path in my suitcase is packed, standing in line, buying my ticket. All right. So the new navigational system that the guides have that are inviting us into is simply drop into joy. What would bring me the most joy? What am I meant to experience? The guides do want to go back to that question for a minute because it's not a bad question, especially if you take that little course correction and you dial inward and you're like, soul, what am I meant to experience next? All right, I like it. And what we're meant to experience next is going to meet us regardless of what path we choose. All right. So you might as well learn how to fine tune it, course correct it just a little bit by shifting the nature of the question, because we can ask whatever the heck question we want. In fact, we're all doing it. Most of us unconsciously or subconsciously anyway. And the questions that we're asking are technically what's creating the world we're experiencing. And here's, I'll break that down a bit more for you, how the guides have shared that with me. So the brain's job, your brain's job is to find evidence of whatever question you're asking. You have technology here that perceives what feels like reality, makes sense of it, puts value on it. But here's the secret that you might be remembering is that the reality that's happening on the outside world is really coming from a projection of inside of us. So that's the first place everybody got to course correct, is we've got to take ownership of what we're experiencing on the outside world and recognize I created that. I would like to learn how to uncreate that and create something different. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Okay. So anybody working through wanting to shift and change things, powerful insights coming in from the Akashic Records. Change the question that you ask. Okay. The best question that can be asked right now is, what would bring me the most joy? All right. And I want everybody to spend time in that right now, whether you're a crossroads or not. Why? Peaceful Penguin says, thank you. Because joy is the vibrational frequency that will keep us enlivened in spirit and naturally excited and curious. It's part of our navigational system, how we're wired. All right. And so many of us have given away our joy. We don't feel comfortable experiencing joy. We've kinked the hose around joy. We don't feel safe. All right. So the guides actually want to bring in an activation right now to allow us to feel safe experiencing joy. For those of you who would like to receive this at an even higher level, you can place one hand down on the root chakra that's at the base of your spine. You need to say to yourself, I am safe, and then maybe place one hand on your heart. Say, I am safe. And allow yourself to reprogram. Set the intention that we're reprogramming, all right? Because here's the other truth. Whatever is meant for us, whatever lessons we are meant to learn, your ass gonna learn them whatever timeline you on, you guys are saying right now. So you might as well pick the one of highest vibrational frequency where you're gonna have the most fun. And that is also the timeline where the universe can meet you in the most resource. Whoo, this is good today, y'all. Let's receive that. Let's learn to receive with more ease. Hathor coming in right now to bring in an activation of allowance. Those of you who want to allow at a more dynamic rate, go ahead and just say yes now. Whoo, my whole body is buzzing. Third eye vibrating harder than my tuning fork. Yeah, thank you, Raj. Yes, good stuff coming in. All right, let me just allowance, navigation, binary choices. I don't want to go back to that. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. Send some love likes, hearts across the screen if you're getting activated today. Okay, hang on. I'm going to sound. How about Dinu 333? Dinu 333. That's about as well as my logical mind will work with sounding it out. Dinu Kara Sinji 333. I just butchered it. Okay. Forgive me, sister. Let me do you way better when I channel for you than I did with your name. I am refining my niche and wondering if I should focus on divorced women who are looking for soul-aligned love or general women who are looking for soul-aligned. Danuka, thank you. That's way better. That's way better. All right. So here's the question. The guides, again, they're going to give some refinement to the question. Danuka. And the question, and try this on and see how this feels for you, is who stands to gain the most from my genius? Who stands to gain the most from my genius? Beautiful. Good. Yeah, because I feel like it can be a crossover of the divorced women and the general women, and finding that the synergy of the two of them is where I'm feeling like there's an invitation to focus, as well as recognizing that there will be unique pain points for that ideal avatar. Okay. I've noticed for myself as a divorced woman, some of my pain points are self-sabotage, and probably general women have that too. I've noticed another one of my pain points is like not trusting men, but then I also, like, I've done enough work to know that I can't even hide in that. It's really about not trusting myself, right, to make good decisions. So that feels powerful coming in. All right. Yay. Okay. Funny. Good. Glad we found some words for you. More that you want to stop repeating patterns. Yes. Becoming empowered in our ability to co-create, thrive, choose, no longer be slave to our old patterns of, where we give away our sovereignty. Let's go. All right, rock and roll. All right, let me bring in an activation for self-empowerment and trusting ourselves. I would love to channel in some more insights for everyone too. So if you've got questions, light up the chat box with questions. Right now, we are going to bring in an Akashic activation to help stand in our power. This stuff. I was working so much with solar plexus energy. I can't even whack my fork correctly. Let me open my eyes. So much with solar plexus energy. I had such a radical clearing earlier this week, so I'm excited to use my own vessel as a transmission channel for this for you all today. But oh my goodness, like physical pain pulsating through my solar plexus. And I also knew that it was a release. I also, just to give you some more insight about how I work, you can work this way too. I was upset about some stuff that I was crying about. Crying is very good. Crying is a natural medicine that we have. It's a way that we can face and feel things, even if you don't know what you're crying about. So here's what I was doing. As I was crying, not knowing, I knew that I was like hurting, right? Because I got my feelings damn hurt, okay? And so I'm crying about this. And I'm also recognizing that there's something deeper there for me. In addition to, talking about the Akashic Records being a realm of consciousness that we can tap into, y'all, we all have a copy of it within our bodies as well. And when you cry, there is encoded energy from your Akash deep within your body that will give you the information that you need. Your body is highly curated conscious technology that is designed to alchemize. All right. Here's what alchemy is. Alchemy is magic. It's the lineage of the great magician. It is transmuting a substance that is corruptible into an energy, a substance that is stable. It's lead into gold. It's a lower vibrational frequency into a higher vibrational frequency. Your body naturally does it when you eat. Sadhguru talks about when you eat a piece of bread, within 20 minutes, it becomes a part of you. You're alchemizing it, all right? I just get my finger wet with my tears, put it in my mouth, and then my body's going to begin to ingest, digest that intelligence, and then upload it into my systems of perception, especially if I slow down and pay attention, my thoughts. And this is going to give me data about where I need to work. Makes sense? Send some love like hearts across the screen if it makes sense. Yep, solar plexus. Let's go. All right, if you want to receive this solar plexus activation, you can say yes now. Energy is definitely moving through the field. I am safe to experience my own power, my own divine authority. I am safe to experience my own divine power and my divine authority. Also, I would encourage you, I'm going to do this too, bring in the highest aspect of yourself, guide, or love, being of love, light, or higher, to guide and assist you on this journey as you receive this remembrance of the truth of who you are. Remember who you are. Good, rock and roll. Awesome. All right, let me know how y'all are feeling. And I do want to share with you some ways that you can come hang out with me. If you are excited about today, if you have not gotten enough, here's what I want to tell you you can do. All right. If you want to know more about activating your own powers, you want to come into one of my sacred classrooms and you want to activate your intuition. Steve Jobs is into it, y'all. Steve Jobs says intuition is a powerful thing, more powerful than intellect. Steve Jobs, I don't know if you know this, he is known for tapping into the field of infinite intelligence and bringing through divine downloads for his inventions, the iPhone, right, y'all? He taps into the Akashic Records. So does Albert Einstein. So does Nikola Tesla. So can you. All right. So if you want to learn how to tap into your intuition, make it a reliable source of wisdom so that you can stop second guessing yourself, so that you can tap into a higher level of brilliance and find unseen solutions, this is your chance. All right. So there is a link for you in the comments and actually, there is a link for you in the comments if you scroll back up. There's also a link in the description. Let's see. That one. Okay. One more invitation for y'all who want to come and get activated with your message. You want to play around with people who are playing at a high level. My dear friend, Corey Poirier, this man is responsible for not only me speaking at Harvard University, but also me being a best-selling author, has invited me back to boot camp. So I'll be sharing the stage. I'm so excited. Mark Victor Hansen and Crystal Hansen, Rosalind Fung, Sam Horn, Deanne, so many more. So excited to be back. So if you all want to take part in that experience, there's the link is not in the description yet, but the link is right here. Also, update, there has been a schedule change. I will no longer be speaking at Rise of the Guardians in Sedona in May. My schedule is not going to be accommodating this conference, and it's an amazing one. So if you all were getting excited about going there, I would definitely check it out. All right. Intuition, insight, direct or immediate cognition, spiritual perception. Thank you, my friend. I define intuition in my sacred classroom as your ability to know something instantly. We all have it. All right, I'm going to scroll back through and see if I missed any questions. And this would be a great opportunity for y'all to dive in and allow us to pull some more wisdom from the field. All right. Is the possibility of having a dream come true? Oh, it's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. The Alchemist. Thank you again, Peaceful Penguin, for quoting The Alchemist. Yeah, let's just drop into that, everybody. It's the possibility of having a dream that makes life interesting. What if, let's just allow yourself to, again, to listen with your heart. What if your soul came here, part of your soul's mission in this lifetime was to have a dream that was so big that it made life interesting for you. I'm also noticing a really cool energy signature right now. A mantra for my life is, if it's not too good to be true, it's not big enough. Universe, show me how good it can get. Okay. Invite yourself to play so big that it hurts. I love it. Okay, scrolling back through, looking for any more questions we have today. Raj, struggling with connecting to what's most joyful and finding the answers, but freedom is definitely important to me. Yeah, so for those of us who feel the challenge around joy, safety, go back to safety. I find that for anything that supposed to be part of my damn divine blueprint, I'm supposed to be able to tap into, and I'm not. Survival mode, go back to survival mode. That's root chakra stuff, okay? We got to feel safe. We got to let the nervous system relax. And holding space for that. All right. Georgia says, joy is the easy part. What if every time I try to get in a state of experiencing joy from something I either have or want, something happens to get me out of that, literally like clockwork? Oh, yeah. Okay. So here's what the guys are saying is, let's make this tiny course correction. First of all, good job for taking concentrated time aside to plan for joy, to make your mind think about joy. Okay? A+ for that. Here's why. Because everything that we think about, our thoughts create reality. The 7 Hermetic principles, these are cosmic principles that create our reality. The very first one says that our thoughts create things. Buddha said, what you think about, you eventually become. We could talk about it in mathematics too. It's we can break everything down to a thought. It's pretty cool. So your thoughts are massively important. And if you're consciously taking time to sit down and think about joyful stuff, you get an A+. Here's how you get an A++. And the data, okay, also important notice. There's data here, Georgie. Oh, my third eye's going crazy. If you sit down to think about something that you either have or that you want, okay, to feel joy, and like clockwork, something happens to get you out of that state, that's data, that's feedback, that's a repetitive pattern, okay? Here's what the records are sharing with me right now, and that is, let's do a course correction tweak, because potentially what the records are showing you is that something that you have, like a tangible thing that we have or something that we want, isn't the true source of our joy. So maybe go into more feeling energy. What causes me to feel joy right now? Where can I feel joy in my life right now? Appreciation, gratitude can like take me back into that. So try tweaking it from something that you have or want to a feeling that you can tap into right now, and then practice holding and sustaining that feeling. This is a really cool thing that I know about humans, that I learned about humans. One of the reasons that we are such masterful effing beings in the entire galaxy is because of our emotional body. And emotions, their energy and motion, it's that thought frequency that creates everything. It's even more powerful though, because it's energy in motion, and humans can emote. Okay. Especially when we feel safe and we feel self-embodied and clear about how we express, comfortable, confident expressing ourselves. One of the reasons there are so many reservations on the souls that are here, you and me, front and center on the planet right now during this time of transformation. It's so cool to be here. Humans have amazing nuances. Emotional body allows us to be funny and tell amazing stories and fall in love and get pissed off about stupid shit and call ourselves. It's just, life is so beautiful because of our emotional bodies. So if we can activate that emotional part of ourselves when we're wanting to co-create with the universe, things get fun really fast. Okay, let me see if there's anything else that that the guides wanted to share. And I really feel that's pretty broken down. They do want to bring in some activation that's going to flood us with divine joy. So if you want to know what it looks and feels like to receive an opening of the floodgates of divine joy in your life and the blessings that the universe wants to bring in, the universe wants to show up and meet you in the answer to the question, show me how good it can get. If you want to receive that, you can say yes right now, and there'll be an opening activation in your field coming down through the realm of the Akash, the crystalline tube of light, spiraling through your upper gateways, harnessing, activating the soul star, spiraling down through the crown, the third eye, the fourth eye, the throat, the ascended heart, solar plexus, sacral root. Spiraling down out your feet, activating earth star chakra below your feet, anchoring into the core of Mother Earth, breathing now. Anchoring you into a core current of joy. Yes. Y'all better all be saying yes. I don't know who don't want that. And thank you, Georgie, for calling that in. I felt that was really good. Okay. All right, everybody. I have loved spending this time here with you today. If you have gotten any pings, any aha moments, anything good out of this, and you feel like this would serve somebody else in your life, please share this out. This mission, this sacred classroom is all about inviting you to take back your power. As each one of us do that, we will not only shift and change the world around us, we will also open up access to more and more of the divine blueprint, which looks like, y'all, by the way, we are not meant to be in sacrifice, in suffering, or lack. The divine blueprint, the baseline frequency that this planet was designed to experience, is peace, love, joy, abundance. It's here all around us. We are positioned in place to remember how to build it. Okay? Start perceiving it all around you. See where this is already true all around you. And you will begin to experience the shifts and changes. All right? You are in a place where you are loved, you are held. Thank you for being here. I love you all. Oh, good. I don't want to go yet. Deb said, also, your recognition that your purposeful joy is being sidetracked is your higher self giving you a challenge. Yeah, Deb, get it. I love it. Yeah, course correct. Oh, dang. Let me tell you one more quick thing about course correction. Y'all know what else just course corrected? This is nuts if you're following 3i Atlas. I love it. 3i Atlas is a being of higher frequency plasma consciousness, seeding and enlivening archives intelligence here in our universe. It just made a very strategic shift in its trajectory course that is not in any way random. It is like threading the eye of the needle as it moves into a position and relationship with Jupiter being the most powerful magnetic body in our solar system, to upload intelligence and begin to magnetically pulsate it through our solar system. So there you go. Also, for those of you who are tracking, our Earth has now moved into the part of space where 3i Alice experienced its perihelion, its closest approach to the sun, back several months ago, where there was an incredible plasma exchange that was happening, and so much of that intelligence that was seeded, that was activated during that time, we are moving through that part of this time-space continuum right now. All right, so you're activating, your ass getting activated, whether you realize it or not. It's a pleasure to remind you and play in these energies with all of you. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you here next week. Oh, actually, we're going to do a replay next week. My kid is getting married. So cool, right? Everybody say congratulations, Jackie boy. And I'll see you back here again real soon.
The Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, and future, and are available to assist you now.
Do you seek answers within yourself but don't know if you can trust your intuition? Do you desire positive change in life but feel unsupported by others? Do you suffer from failure to execute but have hit your point of enough? Not only have I been there, but I have found my way out, and so can you. The Akashic Records are your key to understanding any area of stagnation and hold solutions to your greatest challenges. My mission is to teach you everything I know about the Akashic Records, how to use them with mastery, while always staying in beginner's mind, which will keep you humble yet powerful. It's all within you. Come, let me show you.
What have I gained from the Akashic Records? Reading the Akashic Records has strengthened and deepened my intuition, and at the same time allowed me to build a deeper connection with the inner wisdom of my gut and my heart in order to be able to support and challenge the decisions that I've made in my head.
Learning to read the Akashic Records helped me to cultivate the courage and the knowledge to start a new business. It helped guidance become clearer. It helped me become more confident for my entire life moving forward.